What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Ins and Out of the podcast. It is your boy DT. We got some three special guests. We got my boy Jay Martell. We got KSN 757 and my boy Marv. Hey, look, it's week 3, fellas. What's y'all temperature for this week, man? How y'all feel about this week coming up, y'all?
Who that? That's how I feel. I'm a Saints fan, so I'm with the who that. I'm feeling good. We 2-0. Going for
Y'all should
that third,
win.
like it's the first.
Y'all should have lost Sunday. I ain't gonna cry. That game put me to sleep, bro.
It don't matter. You can go to sleep. When you woke up, we was winners. You feel me? It didn't matter if you went to sleep. When you woke up, we was winners.
Okay, you're right. Jay, what's going on with you, my boy?
What's up, DT? I feel the word of the word of the night is identity. This is an identity for the Commanders and to see who we are and what we become.
Right. KSN, my boy. Shaw, you. What's good, brother?
Peace. 2K or 2K to you too, my brother. Steelers, you know what I'm saying? We looking like not exactly like the steel curtain, but you know how you got an Afghan and you got to crochet it. You know, it got to get this certain length. You said Michael Parsons the best player in the league. TJ Watt, who?
Okay. That's I can't even comment on that, bro. I ain't gonna. That's a push take. That's a push take on Twitter. Ain't that right, Jay? That's a push take on Twitter, bro.
Gotta be a push take.
Shit. First game back, 3 sacks. Second game back, 2.5 sacks, if I'm not mistaken. A sack fumble.
Oh,
You
man.
talking about me. That's crazy, man. I had a debate with some kids, man, the other day. They were like, would you take TJ Watt? You take Micah Parsons? I said, oh, hold on, you might get me here. Because Parsons is a freak, bro. Like you can put him anywhere, but you can put TJ Watt anywhere. So I mean, I think it's a win-win overall. But I mean,
the Steelers defense, the Steelers corners are not to the equivalent of the Cowboys corners.
I mean, that's easy to say now. I mean,
no. Even still, then, even that's what I'm saying. The Cowboys have better corners than us.
Man, come on, man. We even got to the top of the show. You already get started, bro. Come on, man.
Oh, my fault.
You already started, bro.
He's already making mistakes.
But look, before we go ahead and get started with everything, we got to talk about the game that majority of the league and everybody else saw last night. The 49ers is now, if I'm not mistaken, they're undefeated. Yeah, they're undefeated. So they beat the New York Giants, if I'm not mistaken, 30-12. Me watching the game last night, I mean, I kind of knew that the Giants were gonna look like that on that stage. They didn't have Andrew Thomas. They had Saquon Barkley. And overall, due to talks of the offseason, reality started to seep in for this team. I just felt like this team was not ready for that big spotlight. There was still a lot of holes for this New York Giant team. And we've seen the first couple of weeks, they've been getting killed on defense. Offense take a while to get things going together. And you got the 49ers. They're a team that has been in the NFC power for the past couple of years, but haven't got over Super Bowl hump. I would be kind of concerned with the way Purdy played slightly. Jay, you know a lot of things, man. We talk in the group chats and stuff. What do you think about Brock Purdy's performance last night?
First and foremost, Brock Purdy, he's kind of a mixed bag when it comes to his offensive play. I don't really know why he couldn't really just get his reads going. Like when it comes to that defense, honestly, that defense like really just stood him up like half the time. It really was staggering to see a guy like that, and then going in the second season, not being able to read any defense like a Giant. Like this Giants defense was holding about like 3-and-out like almost all game. It was really crazy, but Brock Purdy, he had some flashes and then he had some faults. So I think he could bounce back from it just to make sure that he's more comfortable and like not under duress as much.
Ma, what you felt about the 49ers performance last night? Do you think they are still the crop of the NFC, or you think there's a sleeper team or the teams like the Philadelphia Eagles?
I think I predicted them to go to the Super Bowl, the 49ers. And the last night it showed, they still got a lot of adjustments they need to be made to take them that step further. But I don't think they're the best right now. Maybe Dallas, but yeah, maybe Dallas right now is the best team in the NFC. The last night they showed they got potential though. If they make the adjustments needed.
KSL, what do you feel about that?
Y'all saying stuff we already know. See, when it comes to the 49ers and Brock Purdy, he just has to play like Nick Foles, if you get what I'm saying. As long as he keeps it, you know what I'm saying, in the pocket. You know you got that crazy drummer that like to play a lot of chops and, do all that extra crazy stuff going around the set. We just need you to stay in the pocket or whatever. Let your bandmates take over, i.e. George Kittle, i.e. Deebo Samuel, i.e. C-Mac. Let them do what they need to do. You know what I'm saying? What's Mays without Frankie? What's Mays without Frankie Breakfast? You feel me? Frankie Breakfast without me. You need them?
I mean, I get what you're saying, but I think when we talk about this position, the quarterback, it's so magnified throughout the sports realm. And when me watching Purdy last night, when I watched Purdy, it's not a knock on him, but when it's certain reasons why players fall to those spots like 7th round. Like there's some limitations you see in Purdy's game, and I think it's okay. You can live with it because he's in one of the best situations in the NFL to play under Kyle Shanahan. But eventually, the plays that are noted turnover worthy, they're going to actually start being turnovers. And the team cannot afford those crazy mistakes because they just got away with a Jimmy G. And I see Purdy as a slightly twitched Jimmy G with a little bit lesser arm talent.
So you just said Nick Foles?
No, I didn't say Nick Foles. I said he's literally Jimmy G.
No, he's literally Jimmy G. Yeah, that's the comparison I would go with.
I feel like Jimmy G take care of the ball more.
He remind me of a Phillip Rivers.
Who remind you of Phillip Rivers?
Purdy.
I'm just gonna sit here in silence. I'm just gonna sit here because it's no way you just compared
no
Purdy a potential Hall of Fame.
You're gonna talk about a real push. Philip Rivers.
I
So
did. I just said.
you guys,
I just say he reminded me of a Philip Rivers. You know what I'm saying? Just a play style. You know, when you look good, you look good. When you look bad, you look bad. You know, when you
Sound
look
like Nick
good, you look
Foles to
like
me.
one of the best quarterbacks in the game. But when you look bad, you look hard. You look bad.
That sound like Nick Foles to me.
no, that. Whoo! I don't heard Philip Rivers. I heard Nick Foles. I understand the Nick Foles thing. I really get where you're coming from, Nick Foles, because he played with the Eagles, had a pretty decent squad around him, and he did enough and elevated enough to win the Super Bowl. But it's just, I don't know, man. Like the 49ers can talk about how they can win with any quarterback, but that hasn't happened about winning when it comes to the Super Bowl. They haven't won a Super Bowl yet. They've been in the NFC Championship, at least to my knowledge, what, 3, 4 out of 5 years? I mean, the team that is there. Can Purdy put them over the top? I don't think he can. As much as he won, he's 7-0 in the regular season. I know he had the injury against Philadelphia, but I still didn't feel like they were going to beat Philadelphia that year. That's just me.
I got a question.
And we got an answer. We got an answer.
Do you feel like, would y'all compare right now Zach Wilson to Brock Purdy?
No.
Nah.
Absolutely not.
Is that because of the team that's around him? Y'all wouldn't compare him to it?
No, because my thing with Zach Wilson is Zach Wilson has the arm talent, but he doesn't play structurally smart at the quarterback position. Brock Purdy can at least play structurally smart at the quarterback position when it comes to reading the defense, getting the ball out of his hand, knowing where the check's at. We haven't seen that from Zach Wilson because Zach Wilson likes to play hero ball like a Brett Favre and things of that nature.
I feel like you're saying that because of the weapons around Brock Purdy versus him himself.
No,
that's just my feeling.
You probably thinking that, but I don't know what Brock Purdy looked without weapons.
And we don't know what Zach Wilson looks without weapons.
No, Zach Wilson would look like Zach Wilson times 50. Brock Purdy would pretty much be a Zach Wilson.
We don't know that. Because Garrett Wilson, is he
Garrett
not?
Wilson is a weapon.
Is he not? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Is he not him?
No, Garrett Wilson is.
If he gets his 11 targets, yeah, he's him.
Mm-hmm.
So Garrett Wilson versus Debo, who you got?
Debo.
Oh.
I got Debo. Wilson.
If you don't pick young Shannon Sharp. Don't do that. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Got him in the hard place. Boss.
Say Garrett Wilson or Debo Samuel. I like Debo, but I just like route runners, man. I just prefer the route runners.
All right. That's cool. That's cool. But then, you also got C-Mac over there. Not to mention they run their 2 tight end. When they run their 2 tight end set with George Kittle. That's
yeah, I mean, yeah, you're talking about the weapons, and I feel you. And that was a question, if I'm not mistaken, Jay. We had a question about that in our group chat about what would Purdy look like in a different situation because he's blessed because he's with him.
Mm-hmm.
He is blessed. So more than likely, Purdy would probably be an average quarterback anyway. His ceiling is not high like a lot of pastors we see in the league. His floor is just right there.
So he has a high floor, low ceiling.
Yes, high floor, low ceiling.
Yeah.
Because I think you can win with a Brock Purdy, but I wouldn't say majority of your wins you'll win because of Brock Purdy.
Right, you're not really going far with a Brock Purdy and just saying it was Brock Purdy's game to actually lose.
So Tua,
right? Because the team is there.
Mm-hmm.
So would you compare Tua to Brock Purdy?
Tua to Brock Purdy.
No, I wouldn't compare those two as of right now because what we seen week one with Tua, the man's on another level when he's healthy, and you should already like seen when he's healthy, he's like, on lights out.
I'm saying comparable weapons, even though they're two different systems.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? One of them is designed to push the ball down the field with all the speed that you get. Because even they tight end fast.
See that? That's tough though.
You feel me? So it's like if you put Brock Purdy in that system with those weapons versus Tua, I feel like I wouldn't. It's the weapons thing, man.
Yeah, who's gonna have
that's literally all it is. Because if you give what's up?
The weapons do hold weight. I agree.
That's just like people would be like, why do people disrespect Patrick Mahomes? Well, not everybody had a prime Cheetah, a prime Travis Kelce, and Andy Reid as their coach. The weapons hold so much weight because without them weapons, what's a gun without bullets?
It's nothing.
Honestly, it's like nothing at all.
So, but here's the thing with Kansas City. Now, even though they did have Travis Kelce last year, we just seen them win a Super Bowl without Tyreek Hill and a bunch of Jag wide receivers, and they schemed them open. They got them able to make the plays needed to win. And Patrick Mahomes threw for like 5,000 yards to these guys.
That's Andy Reid.
Okay, so what about this year? What's the problem this year?
Travis Kelce was hurt. You gotta have a number one out there.
Partially Travis Kelce.
And the Lions, what they did in the offseason, they hit the weight room, metaphorically speaking. They beefed up everything.
I would say Kansas City hurting themselves because from the conversations I've had, and if we look at the history of the Kansas City Chiefs offense overall, they rarely give the young wide receivers the reps and the opportunities to play a lot in the games. If you remember when Tyreek Hill was there his rookie year, he was not the Tyreek Hill that we know today. He was more of a gadget wide receiver. They used him on the jet sweeps, the bubbles, put him in the backfield like Curtis Samuel did with Samuels. You know, they did everything they can to let him touch the ball. I think that's what the problem is. Also mixing in the fact that Eric Bieniemy, in terms of being very heavy on attention to details, they're missing that. So Kelce, yeah, but Kelce played Sunday, and they still had the same problems.
So would it be a lack of accountability or the lack of leadership? What would it be as
If it was me,
in terms of Kansas City?
if it was me, Jay, I'll say a mixture of both because I feel like, you know, with EB being so detail oriented and getting these guys in the right place and stuff, it helped the young wide receivers they had. With now, I think also because they haven't really invested in that wide receiver spot since Tyree left, and I'm not saying they didn't really have to, but you're starting to see the youth in this wide receiver room with guys like Rasheed Rice, Sky Moore. They also signed Richie James from the Giants last year. Somebody in that room got to step up for Mahomes, and also I think the play calling can be a little bit better to help out Mahomes as well.
Oh, right, because the play calling that absolutely does make a difference, and we've seen just a little bit of what EB did bring to the table, but it was like stall out when they'd ever they get like at least almost halfway down the field.
Yeah, man, and hopefully, Kansas City they get back on track and get the thing situated because if they don't, well, should we be worried about Kansas City? Because I feel like the AFC West has really hurt themselves this year, maybe outside of the Raiders.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, the Chargers. Right. It's really hurting each other. I mean, the Chargers aren't doing themselves any favors. The Broncos already dropped two of the easiest games, one to your own division, and I mean, it's only got to be up to the Kansas City Chiefs to ride that a wave of momentum with the next three games they got with this whole situation with Airbnb being out. You gotta make something work in your favor with him being gone.
Yeah, that's true.
It would be their division to lose at the end of the season.
Didn't Jerry Judy just get back this week?
Yeah, he didn't really play. He played Sunday, but I don't think he was really targeted that heavily when we played him.
No, he wasn't really targeted at much at all. He was not as heavily, but much at all. He wasn't really looked towards being a real dominant threat. Like for real, the only time Jerry Judy was really wide open was the last play of the game when they had that 2-point conversion that just wiped away from him with a PI or no PI, whatever you want to call it. That was the only time he got open.
Bro, dude saying Broncos 3-14 is nasty work, bro.
Are you serious?
Could have.
No, they can win 7 games, man.
They can, and then
yeah, but we really trolling it for real. Like they can win.
They might can't, cause shit. I mean, cause yeah, the teams that you think that they might, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right. But
I know they ain't beating the Steelers.
Okay. All right, man. Let's get back on track. So we talked about the 49ers. If y'all had a list right now before week 3 gets officially, well, it got kicked off yesterday, but the Sunday games come in, who are your top 5 teams in the NFL?
Gotta be Dallas, Philly, the 49ers. I'll put the Seahawks in there, and let's go with the AFC team. Man. Top five. Give me
Kind
the
of surprised
Dolphins.
you said.
The Dolphins. Okay.
Really surprised you said Seahawks.
Yeah, the Seahawks. I would think that they are just a little bit of a sleeper team. Yeah, of course they're 0-2, but I think they could ride the ship and just get back to where they were.
Okay, who's your top 5 teams?
Man, hey, look, my number 5. Well, I would really say number 6 because I would do 3-3 just to kind of even it up. But my number 5 is the Steelers because our defense, we looking like a top 5 defense again, like we was last year. Our offense is kind of questionable, but who isn't now? It's so many questions with so many teams around the AFC and the NFC that any team can be beat. So as long as you have a dominant defense and we can hopefully score 25 points, that's it. A lovely 25 points. That's it. That's all we need. At number 4, I'm gonna go Dallas. At number 3, I'm gonna go Philadelphia. At number 2, I'm gonna go 49ers. Number 1, I'm gonna go Dolphins.
That is that's an interesting list. Why do you have the why you had the Eagles 3? Kind of curious about that. Is it because they still trying to get things together with losing two offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, losing a lot of people on defense. Jalen Hurts look kind of human.
With any employment, there's always a turnover where you got to get things back to where standard operating procedure where we was. We hired you to put us above where we was. Now we need you to get us where we was at, and then after that, you pew.
Yeah, I agree because when we watched that game Thursday, I didn't get the same impact as when I watched them 2022. When they played last year, I could tell there was something cooking and brewing up. This year, it's like I'm still trying. You're kind of trying to figure out who are they in terms of new play caller style. Brian Johnson, this is like his first official year calling plays, even though he's been in the system, he's been around Jalen. Um, Going from quarterback coach to actually calling plays for your quarterback is a completely different ball game.
Mm-hmm.
And the defense been giving us some points. Gave up some points to the Patriots, gave up points to the Vikings. That kind of expected from the Vikings, but oh man, this defense is going to tighten up. I know they got the talent up front, but the back end, it looked like you could attack them a little bit. It looked like you can make some plays on them.
That's why I said any given Sunday, because if you think about it, with the way that Eagles Patriots game went, they ain't do nothing but just wait. Go ahead and get your little chunk yards. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna beat us, you're gonna beat us throwing these little 15-yard crossing routes going across the field. And then once you get into that 25, you get into that red zone, oh no, you already know what time it is. Coaching has a lot to do with a lot of things. And half of the battle, I say 76% of the battle is if you can play chess better than the other person over there. And unfortunately,
Right.
they got Bill Belichick, and he's playing football chess on these people. So, you know, yeah.
Right. That's true. That's true. But shout out to Red Zone on the Lab. He popping in. This is in no order. He has the Chiefs, Ravens, 49ers, Eagles, and Dolphins. I was actually impressed with how the Ravens combated the Bengals defensively. I mean, they completely shut down Joe Burrow in that offense till the fourth quarter without Marlon Humphrey. Ravens gonna be sneaky, bro. Like, and then Lamar look good. Might get the Steelers some problems. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
You said what?
Man, come on, bro. Come on. Look like the Ravens get some problems, man. Especially with the way y'all.
That's cool. That's cool. But when your defense getting you about 20, matter of fact, I ain't even gonna go that high. When your defense getting you about 18,
that's not gonna happen though.
It didn't happen. It didn't happen about two weeks in two out of 3 weeks. 2 out of 3 weeks. You know, it happened.
I think that mainly happened because y'all played a Browns team which BK he lied to me. He told me Deshaun Watson was back after week 1 preseason game when he was 3 of 3 for 12 yards. That's what I was told. I was told that Deshaun Watson was back. But instead he's been clapped on national television by Deuce also I think the injuries will hurt the next few weeks. Zay Flower is that dude. He definitely is a dude. Odell Beckham Jr. will be out this game coming up, so they already getting hit with the Odell injury bugs. But Zay Flower got that gear. He definitely got that gear, bro.
Did you not see what Amari Cooper was doing to the CBs of the Steelers?
I don't know because I fell asleep. You expect me to watch that game? Like, game
the
was
disrespect.
Yo, we couldn't care though.
Yeah, it was disrespectful to put that on TV. Like, come on, bro.
I can't wait till we play y'all. Can't wait till we play y'all.
Hey, it's good. I got EB. I'm good.
Right.
I know I got a competent OC that can move down the field. I know I got a running back that can average pop. Yeah, I'm cooking Najee Harris too. I got a Najee Harris hate agenda going on. I just need to let
all right. All right.
Hey, look, I be cooking the kids at work, bro. I be picking on this one dude, man. He's a fan. I just like, hey, man, can you give me 3 yards of space just like Najee Harris averaged 3 yards a carry? Please tell me more. Tell me more. He's a good guy, but it's really offensive line. Offensive line for y'all still needs some work.
Hey, that's cool. That's why I always play to our strengths. And our strengths is what? Our defense and our special teams.
Yeah, I feel you. But speaking of injuries, the Nick Chubb injury on Monday was very devastating. Seeing it on national television. That's a big loss for the Cleveland Browns. Also, this week, we also had Trayvon Diggs injury for the Dallas Cowboys. He officially has torn his ACL, and he will miss this season, as we see. So, Jay, knowing us being division rivals against the Dallas Cowboys, how big of an impact is this injury for Dallas? I mean, if just for my sake and me talking, when we talk about the Dallas Cowboys and stuff, they have their big two on defense. It's Micah Parsons and Trayvon Diggs. And we know Diggs for the last couple of years after his rookie year, he has started to climb just a little bit up that pedestal with some of the top corners and stuff. It's still some he can get burned at times, but when he makes the plays to get interceptions, that he do. He gives the ball back to his offense. How big of this impact for the Dallas defense? Do you think they can replace that production, or it's going to have to be a group effort?
Oh, it's more likely going to have to be a group effort, and it's a really big loss. I mean, you're crippling one side of your defense and one side of your secondary that's really not going to be ready for some of the elite speed that either we have or like Philly has, or even or even these other NFC teams or AFC teams that they're pretty much going to be faced against. I mean, come on, like Trayvon Diggs, he's pretty much the anchor of that secondary when it's all said and done. And there's going to be a lot of freaking shoes to fill if you're not really just going to have that dude for the rest of the year. And it's going to be a big test if you're not really going to find whoever you do find. Hopefully they do feel a little bit of something that he may like a little bit how do I say this? If you make something work with your cornerbacks to fill the role that he placed for that defense, then you'll be fine. But it's gonna take time. Like you mentioned, it's really gonna take a lot of time and a lot of planning to readjust and get that cornerback to just like be a part of the system.
I disagree.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Let's hear it.
I definitely disagree. The only reason I disagree is based on scheme. All right. You can still play man. You just got to turn up your zone a little bit. And I understand that he's Trayvon Diggs, but it's still the Dallas Cowboys defense. Yes, they lost their number one, but they number 1A, they number 2 cornerback is really a number 1B. Let's be real. So you don't do nothing but put your third stringer on your number 2 wide receiver and add a safety over the top. Every time. You get Stephon traveling lightly, and you let your defense, because, they still got DQ down there and, Dairy Queen. So, yeah. That's all they got to do.
Here's the problem, though. This Dallas Cowboys defense is very heavily reliant on the pass rush. And last year, we saw this team down the stretch of the season. As the season went along, their pass rush starts to fall off because of the nutrition and the body of Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons was dinged up last year. Has a couple injuries on the defensive line, and the interior struggled against pressure as well down the stretch. So I get where you're coming from, but when you have an elite pass rush that can consistently get pressure on the quarterback, it makes the cornerback easy. And it does for Diggs, but I think Diggs is definitely one of those guys, when the ball in the air, he's going to make plays. Now, DaRon Bland, he had about 4 or 5 interceptions, but you're asking your third guy to take on the 2 role in an NFC division with A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Terry McLaurin, Jahan Dotson, and Curtis Samuel. I think that's a huge loss, bro. And the question that I have, once again, will that pass rush be healthy, and will Dan Quill keep that defensive line fresh enough throughout the season to continue that? Because if they can't rush the passer, DBs are food.
Mm-hmm. You'll see guys like Devontae Smith and AJ Brown doing what they want, Terry and Jahan doing what they want, any like other tandem receiver duo doing what they want with this depleted like secondary. So it's gonna have to be a group effort regardless.
And this is only week 3. Like I'm not praying on it, but injuries happen. Injuries happen, right? Like
Mhm.
eventually guys are gonna get dinged up. Then your depth is gonna be tested. And a lot of people have said and felt like Dallas is a little bit top heavy in a sense. A little bit top heavy. Like all the talent is up in the first 2 spots, but once you get to 3 and 4, that's when things get a little tricky for this team. I think the Diggs injury is huge.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but last year they didn't have Dan Quinn as a coordinator.
They did have Dan Quinn as a
They did
coordinator.
have Dan Quinn.
They did.
They did.
Dan Quinn been there for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, bro.
I could have sworn this is the second year.
Nah, this is he been here since what? 2021, right, Jay? 2021,
Mhm.
2021.
Since 2021, they let go of one of their defensive coordinators and brought in Dan Quinn.
Over was defensive coordinator in 2020.
Okay.
So
I could have sworn
Parsons
this was
first.
the second year.
Nah, this is 3rd year, bro. So I think that Dig injury is huge, especially when it comes to depth and who you gotta. You can play zone, and like there's nothing wrong with playing zone, but I fear Trayvon Diggs more than Stephon Gilmore at this point in their career.
Oh, I also fear Trayvon Diggs more than the Malik Hooker because you're not trusting that man to do it all by himself.
Hey, sometimes you got to believe.
Well, I believe that Trayvon Diggs is a huge loss.
Nah, man, the Cowboys still might get to the shit on Spitzer Sports. I had the Cowboys and the Dolphins in the Super Bowl.
You know what? I can't even argue with that because I've been hearing a lot of people saying the Cowboys potentially Super Bowl year. And I think for a lot of Cowboy fans, they would love to at least get to the NFC Championship.
Big fact.
But I don't care about the Cowboys in the regular season. I care about them in the postseason because I know they're going to win the games they're supposed to win and win the games and lose the games they might lose because it's the NFL. They have the talent. Dallas has always had the talent. I keep repeating this to co-workers, to close friends, students, Cowboys content creators. You guys have the talent. It's about getting over the hump. It's about stop beating yourself. And the Cowboys have always beat themselves when it came to the playoff time.
Hold on. So you telling me the Cowboys have had a level of defense that they have now in the past, 5 years?
They had the talent in 2020. They just had bad coaching. And Dak Prescott got hurt. So imagine a talented defense that's being used incorrectly, and you have Andy Dalton going 3 and out almost 40 to 50% of the time in Dallas without Dak Prescott. And Dak Prescott on pace for another career year before the ankle injury. So they got talent. They just needed the coaching that year.
What about the year with Cooper Rush? You think they had the talent on defense?
You talking about last year?
What was Cooper Rush? 4-2.
Yes, they had talent. They won 12 games last year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about defensively, not offensively.
Yes, defensively they have the talent. The only knock on the Cowboys defense probably the past couple years has been their run defense, and they addressed that in the first round with Mozzie Smith. And so far, it looks like, from what I've seen, it looks like it's working. Though I still need to see them against a better offensive line, better competition.
You know why the Dallas Cowboys had to score at least 35 points a game in prior seasons? Because they couldn't stop anybody from scoring.
I mean,
definitely couldn't. Everybody run wild on them. Everybody was running wild on them. So they had to outscore their opponents. You're looking at a lot of 38, 32 games, 42, 35 games.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they did give up points, but that defense was still good.
To the level of this year?
No, I wouldn't say level of this year, but they, like I said, they got the talent.
Okay. They no, sir. They see
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you, what is the only thing different from this defense from last year to this year? I just told you. I legit told you.
Stephon Gilmore.
Okay, I mean, yeah, but I'm not.
He was when they got Stephon Gilmore, they literally was a flawless team. If Trayvon Diggs was healthy right now, Cowboys go to the Super Bowl.
So with the Diggs injury, you don't have to go to the Super Bowl now.
It's lessened, but I still got them going to the Super Bowl.
Okay. My boy,
just based on the whole NFC conference, like it's only legit about, I say, 5 teams you could say out of the NFC that could be considered Super Bowl contenders. Because I don't know what the Vikings are doing. You said what?
No dark horse?
Oh, out of the NFC?
Yeah.
Look, man. Don't judge me, right? If the Saints get they together, because they look good. Is Marley up here?
No, Marley's not up here, but I'm
okay. Bet I don't want to hear me say this.
I'm right here with the Saints, and the only thing that's preventing me with the Saints is this: when it comes to red zone, I do not like Derek Carr. I don't like Derek Carr in the red zone. That's my only part with him, and that's why I didn't want him to come to DC, because when he get in the red zone and the area gets tight, he's not good. You just sit there and like, what are you doing?
No, he's frozen. He doesn't even know what to do.
Yeah, man. So look like this Dallas conversation I might have to save that for a poll. Yeah, I'm going to say that for a poll, man. Y'all ready to go to the schedule? I mean, for this week?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Right here. So I don't know what you guys had chose for this week, but I'm interested to see what you guys got for this week, man. All right, so we got week 3 actually. Week 3, we have the Colts and the Ravens.
I got the Ravens. Lamar Jackson has got 2 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown.
Yeah, the Ravens. I'm kind of worried about the Ravens and their injuries, bro. I'm not even gonna. They don't have in the next couple of weeks. I was concerned when they but they shut me up. It's going to be interesting to see what goes on for that. So next game we got the Titans and the
Browns. That's a game that can go either way, honestly. But if Deshaun Watson is him, he's gonna have to put up better numbers. He's gonna have to play better. He's just gonna have to play better all around. It's got to be up to him to get these playmakers going and get them in open and get these get these playmakers in open space so they could just do their thing. Come on, this has got to be a get right game for Deshaun Watson and crew. Yeah, it has to be. Give me the Browns.
Man, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Deshaun Cook.
Deshaun Cook. Oh.
I had to cut the music off of that. Deshaun Cook, bro.
I was about to get the rapping.
I was lied to all off season. We were told Deshaun Watson, aka Black Jesus. We were told Black Jesus was back.
Come save me now.
He not back, bro. He's not. He not. It's a defensive game too, because the Titans defense is really slapped on.
The Titans, they bring that thing when they come through with that defense.
Right.
So what is he gonna do against? I mean, what he did just go against arguably one of the top 5 defenses in the league. So you said what? But
I'm struggling with this game though, bro. I'm really struggling. Like this could be a get right game, but I think he's cooked.
I mean, it's only his third game back. Let's not forget he said
like 3 games last year.
That didn't count.
They don't count, but he played.
Dang, see, that was a conversation. I don't want to go back to.
No, let's have the conversation. Let's have the conversation.
Okay, so are all games equal?
Wins or loss, yeah. All games are equal. You either win or you lose.
So do certain games weigh more heavier than other games?
All the games weigh more. Every
game. For real?
Yes.
For real?
Yeah.
Yes. Bro, you gotta realize, bro, they traded the farm for this dude. They traded the farm for him.
They gave up everything, yeah.
And they assumed they were going to get 2020 from 2017 to 2020 Deshaun Watson. And even 2020, he had a career year, but they went 4-12. They went 4-12, bro. And he literally has almost the same talent that Baker Mayfield had, and Baker Mayfield got all the beating in the world because he was an average quarterback. He don't get this team to the playoffs. Oh my God.
I'm still stuck on the fact that okay, y'all feel like all games weigh the same.
Yes, because they were in
So
playoff.
you said what?
They were in playoff contention. They could have went to the playoffs with Deshaun Watson.
That won't gonna happen. Everybody knows that the AFC wild cards is always guaranteed for the Steelers. You know, we always in there.
Y'all didn't even
Majority,
go. What
You
are you
didn't
talking
even
about?
go.
majority of the time. Okay, majority of the time.
Yeah, well, majority of the time. There you go. You caught yourself.
Majority of the time. You ain't let me finish. You ain't let me finish.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Every time you look up, when the Steelers is in playoffs, it's always wild card, because nobody never has us there. And I understand it's just a wild card game, but hell, we're the weakest in our division right now. And as far as the Ravens and the Bengals, the AFC gets up for the AFC. That's a fact. The Steelers have had more influence on the Ravens getting into the playoffs than anybody else these past, what, 3 out of 5 years? It's either every odd year we tie or every even year we tie, but we always end up tying and have an effect whether the Ravens go to the playoffs or not. So certain games do weigh more. Because if all games were equal, there would be no divisional game. You wouldn't win your division. You would just play. Right?
Look, man, all I'm saying is they traded the whole farm for this dude. They paid him the money as a top 5 quarterback. And you mean to tell me you basically been in this offense for a year and a half and you still don't look back? Something's not right, bro.
Nick Chubb being out had nothing to do with that.
Bro, when they had Nick Chubb, he was still struggling.
Mm-hmm.
Why the ball?
No, it's either him or it's this organization.
Like,
So y'all feel like it's him.
Well,
we can blame the coaching staff too.
right?
Okay.
We can.
If Baker looked at least decent and good, why hasn't he looked good? And he's better than Baker.
Right?
So-called.
No, I mean, like the stats speak for themselves. Even when he was in Texas, he looked better than Baker.
You saying Baker is better than Deshaun?
No, I'm just saying. I'm not talking about overall. I'm just talking about in the Browns, as far as the Browns go.
Yeah.
Baker has had more success than him.
As of right now, yes.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not going against that. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah. And they kicked him out because of his attitude, and apparently he couldn't get them over a hump. Yet he got them a playoff win.
Right now, he's more successful than Deshaun.
Yeah. And mind you, the Browns haven't won the division since the 80s. I don't know, man. I mean, you want to get the brother a shot, that's cool, but this not even about like the whole massage and all that stuff. I think Brad's cooked. He don't look the same to me, bro. Something don't happen. I don't know what it is.
So do you feel like it's the same thing? Because the Steelers, we're going through a identity, crisis with our offense. You feel like it's more so coaching? Like if you had to give it a percentage.
The percentage for y'all is in terms
I'm talking
of coaching
Browns.
For the Browns. I don't really think it's the coaching for the Browns, man.
Their offensive line is horrible.
Yeah, I mean, but he got the bread. He can move around the pocket. That still don't mean you can't miss a check now. Still don't mean you
If your O line is non-existent, are you existent?
Bro, you over here making excuses, bro. I literally just said there were plays where guys were wide open and he didn't pull it. So you're gonna blame that O line? Like that's just like me having a conversation about Sam Howell when we try to blame the O line every week, when in actuality he's holding the ball too long.
That's that level of trust that some people do have or don't have it. Like, I mean, Sam's got it. Deshaun has clearly shown he's not got it.
Shoot, and we can, and one day we can get to all 22. If you really want to get down, bro. This is my final stance. We're gonna move on. I think Brock cooked.
No, I agree with that since he's not really shown faith in his offense and like he's not really getting better in the process. So he's cooked.
All right, next game we have the Falcons and the Lions. I had to sleep on this one last night. I could see both teams find a way to win this game. I wonder if can the Lions find a way to make the Falcons one-dimensional. And I know they're ranked top 10. I just think Bijan's a different cat. And I like Algier, that two-headed monster in the backfield. I got Atlanta going 3-0, bro.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, especially with that running attack. Yeah, I got them going 3-0.
I wonder if he's gonna do the Pitsy shuffle.
One of what's gonna happen. One thing I'm curious about. One of what's going to happen to Kyle Pitts later on.
He gonna pit. He gonna pit and dip and pits and dip and pits.
Yeah, the way it's looking. All right, so the next game we have the Saints and the Packers. We've been talking about the Saints a little bit on this show. At Green Bay. Against that secondary, though, this is going to be a defensive game. This is definitely going to be a defensive game. I like both defenses against the offenses. But I'm thinking I'm going to lean with the Packers. I got Packers winning.
Oh yeah, so do I. Because again, when you alluded to Derek Carr and its red zone deficiencies, yeah, I could see that continuing with Green Bay.
I got the Saints doing the class. They'll glide all over the Packers.
Okay. Texans and not Titans, Jaguars.
Jags.
Yeah, I got Jaguars rebounding.
Wow.
They should have scored, bro. They should have scored 4 times in the red zone. Trevor Lawrence sold me last week in fantasy. Like, it was disgusting, bro. That man sold me so bad. I'm talking about they in the red zone at the 5, the 10, the 9-yard line, and you can't punch it in, bro. No screenplays or nothing. Nasty word, bro. Next game, we have the Broncos and the Dolphins.
You want to talk about a foot race? Miami Dolphins might as well sprout two legs and start running. Because you're not beating Cheetah in the foot race. You're just not. And I don't care how much giddy up you got in your saddle. I really don't care about how much giddy up you got. Like, there's no way that this Broncos team can keep up. As much as Russell thinks he could still get it back together.
Yeah, it's gonna be wild for the Broncos that they go 0-3. But seeing how we carved that secondary up last week, we shouldn't even be surprised what Tua could do. So I got the Dolphins winning this matchup. Next game, we have two 0-2 teams that had playoff inspirations and got in the playoffs last year. You got the Chargers heading to Minnesota. This is about to be a desperation game. And I'm struggling because I want the Chargers to win, but every time I ask for the Chargers to win, they disappoint me. And I'm still scared of that Vikings defense, even though they did some things to Jalen Hurts that kind of tipped me off how to defend him. Third time's a charm, Jay. I'm going with the Chargers.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
They got to win at least one game this year, bro.
Yeah, but the fact of the matter is that this Chargers team can never get their heads out of their own rear ends. It's just like to even think about, hey, maybe if we could try to win this game and stay in it, and we just like don't really kill ourselves in the process, we'll find a way to win anyway. But Kirko, if Kirko goes off, there's no there's no telling what will happen.
Yeah. Okay, what do you think about Chargers and Vikings, bro?
I got the Vikings by at least a score. Yeah, just give me the Vikings by.
Justin Herbert is a little long overdue, if you get what I'm saying.
Long overdue.
Yeah.
And with the way the Vikings been looking, they ain't been pillaging. You know what I'm saying? They just been chilling. They ain't been taking over no towns. They just been peaceful. Peaceful Vikings.
No, I got them getting back to those pillaging and plundering ways. So give me the Vikings.
All right. So we got the Patriots and we have the Jets. The Patriots have been the Jets ever since I've been watching football. So I know the Jets got the defense, but I don't know.
Patriots got Bill Belichick.
Bill can make that offense seem like unstoppable if they start off hot.
Boy. I think I'm leaning Patriots.
Same here.
Yeah.
All right. Big game for us today. We got the Bills coming to FedEx Field to take on Commanders.
Oh, in the pouring rain too, potentially.
Yeah. For me, how I see this matchup. I'm putting my trust in EB. I think the interesting thing that for our opponents that we played this year alone, we played the Cardinals, Denver, and we're about to play the Bills. EB has seen those teams all of last year. Even though it was a different scheme for Arizona, he played Arizona last year. He's coached against the Broncos ever since he was in that division as Kansas City offensive coordinator. And he has played the Bills plenty of times, either playoffs or regular season. So only difference is there's no Mahomes nor Travis Kelce, but I feel like he's going to have a tremendous game plan against this Bills defense. They're too deep in defensive line. I still think some way, somehow, the run game will get going. My question for this team really lies on the defense is, can the defense play 4 quarters against Josh Allen and contain Josh Allen? If they do that, down for a win. I got them winning 34-27.
For me, it's going to be can this defense win in the trenches? Because that's where it's going to be based off of. It's going to be in the trenches, and can they be as physical and as dominant against that offensive line of Buffalo's to get like more pressures on Josh Allen, to get like disrupt Josh Allen, to make any bad mistakes, and just to force this offense to turn over the ball as many times so our offense can get down the field and score as many times as we can. So I got this team winning 26-20 in favor of the good guys.
32-27 Commanders.
Love the vibes. Love the vibes. All right. We got the Panthers and the Seahawks. Yo, I hate that Bryce Young not gonna be playing this game. This Panthers team, bro. I texted my homeboy after the game was over. I said, bro, for a team that traded away DJ Moore to get Bryce Young, y'all definitely need DJ Moore because none of the wide receivers on your roster are separated. And I like the Seahawks secondary. I like the Seahawks, even though I still have questions about their defensive line. I think their defensive line is going to get after the Carolina Panthers. I got the Seahawks winning big.
Yeah, I got the Seahawks winning too, and I cannot even name a single receiving threat or just a running back. Well, other than Miles Sanders, I cannot name a single weapon on that Carolina offense. If you count Adam Thielen, then yeah, that's it.
I don't count. I don't count.
No, well, yeah, but this Carolina team makes me just weary.
You know, this just, as you would say, this game gonna put me to sleep.
Nasty. Next game, Dallas and the Cardinals. We got Dallas.
Dallas by 50.
No point, bro. We know where you're going, bro.
Yeah, that was rhetorical.
Okay. We have the Bears and the Chiefs. I got the Chiefs winning, and Chicago is going to be in panic mode, and I hate that.
Chicago is going to be in panic mode, and the fact that they have a Justin Fields that's shooting himself in the own foot is pathetic in its own right.
Ah,
I
boy.
feel like if trust the process wasn't football, it would be the Bears.
Trust the process. Because I think it's a mix of all three, man. I think it's coaching. I think it's coaching. I think it is Justin Fields as well. And I also think it's not putting players best way to make plays. That's how I feel, bro.
Mhm.
So let's see. Sunday night matchup. Oh, this is your matchup right here. Hey man.
Man, let me in. What is you doing? Let me in.
Already got you in, brother.
Oh, I'm in this bitch?
Yeah.
I can't see myself.
Oh, because we got the thing on. We got the comments up, bro.
Okay. Man, listen. I sure was finna text the group chat, man. Let me in. Stop playing. Okay, I see myself now. Yo, what's Mackin? What's going on, everybody?
What's good? What's good, bro?
Oh shit, man. Sorry for the attendance, but you know I'm here. I'm locked in now.
What's good, David?
Oh shit, man. Cool. Let me plug my charger in real quick. Oh shit, boy.
So we going through the schedule, man. For week 3. You could probably give us your rundown of the games we already went through.
Can I get this out the way real quick?
Yeah, you can go ahead.
If my defense ain't make no adjustments this past week, the Saints gonna stump my ass, boy. I'll be the first one to say it right now. If my defense don't make no adjustments, the Saints gonna run us down. Derek Carr not gonna go throw for throw. Derek Carr not, he not trying to do that with Jordan Love. You know what I'm saying? Our defense, though, we gotta make some adjustments. All them Saints gonna whip that ass.
Yeah.
And the Saints gonna be the one to do it because they got the runners. You know, them old dirty birds wasn't supposed to beat us last week. My defense saw me. We couldn't stop the run.
Yeah, it was a close game too, bro.
We lost by one. I'm not even blaming my quarterback. That's on my defense. That's on defensive coordination. They ran the ball down on us. Couldn't stop the run. Now, if it happened again, listen. Y'all getting Alvin Kamara back, huh?
I don't think it's gonna happen this week though. I think y'all gonna be pretty stout against that O-line.
If we not, them niggas go all run for about 500. Nah, that's exaggerated, but they're gonna get about 200.
500 is crazy. 500 is crazy, bro.
They're gonna hit about 200. 250. 250 easy. 250 easy. They're gonna run the length of that field on us.
Okay, so since you're a Packers fan, I'm gonna ask you these 3. So Chargers and Vikings. I know, obviously, you want the opposite team to lose, but how you feel about that matchup? Because it's 2 desperate teams that are 0-2, and whoever goes 0-3, they might be gotta get ready for the draft, in my opinion.
Honestly, I feel like the Vikings could get that one. I feel like they can take that one. But the Packers in me want to see them lose that game. I want to see that. I want to see them lose that game. Because now, listen, Jordan Love getting me into a playoffs first year as the starting quarterback. Well, I'm going to buy his jersey. But back to the Vikings and the Chargers, I do believe the Vikings can beat the Chargers because I don't believe in the Chargers.
Okay, how you feel about the Falcons and Lions game?
The Falcons and who?
Lions.
Detroit go buzz that ass. Detroit go buzz that ass. Oh yeah,
Hey,
Detroit go buzz that ass.
Hey, bro. Gotta need a Packer fan to my file for my boy Deuce. You got a Twitter, bro?
Yeah, Dizzy Flames 3. That's me on everything. Like Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, that's me on literally everything.
Okay, bro. Okay. So the final game for in your division alone, the Bears and the Chiefs.
Oh, Chicago out of there. That's an L. I'm not going to homeboy.
Yo, I was gonna say he's gonna pick the Chicago.
But I'm not going against my boy. No, not my homeboy. Who? They must have a chief team out in Florida. You know what I'm saying? They must be the Lafayette Chiefs.
Is
337
Kelsey
Chiefs.
back yet?
Huh?
Yeah, Kelsey back, man.
Okay. Because I got sick of they're great. Having
Yo. So the Sunday, I think that's the Sunday night matchup. We got your Steelers against the Raiders, K. Go ahead and break down this matchup, bro.
Okay, all right. So his nickname is Porn Star Jimmy. Some people have called him.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, man. It's a song that says California knows how to party. And the city, and these certain cities, says the good old Watts. My man gonna come through with 2.5 sacks. Our defense is gonna score 14 points. I got us 28-17.
Against the Raiders? Against the Raiders?
Bro, are you talking about scoring in fantasy or scoring in real life, bro?
Against the Raiders?
No, not against this defense, especially that D
Hold
line.
on.
Hey, bro, you're not gonna score.
I need some clarifications. Like there's a day like the Raiders change locations again? Are we talking about the same Raiders?
The Raiders in Vegas, yes, we're talking about those Raiders.
Hey, you must be playing Madden Mobile because I think
who? The Steelers?
Yes.
You got
Bro,
it.
I got the Raiders winning, bro.
By 28-17.
28-17. Come
I
on
like
now.
that score, but for the Raiders.
That's dead. That's big
love that
dead.
score, but for the Raiders.
We got the MVP. We got defensive player of the year over there.
Kate think his defense gonna score every week because he got incompetent offense. That's the crazy thing about it.
Hey, they didn't score these past 2 weeks, so why not think they could do it for the third one?
Bro, they're not gonna, bro. They're gonna score a touchdown every game.
It's
so
come
you're
on
telling
now.
me, bro. Come on, bro.
That's not logical.
I understand it's the Raiders, but for you begging, you're like, yeah, we're going to get 2 touchdowns instead of saying Kenny Pickett going to go off or Najee Harris going to get 130 yards. You didn't even muster offense in your statement. You talk about the defense first. That's what's nasty about it.
And what's the nastiest part of our team?
It's your defense, but still,
There we go.
talking about the
There we go. I got a defense that can win me games with stops, and I got a defense that can score and win me games regardless.
It's not the early 2000s no more.
Is that not a fact? Is that not a fact though?
So you're so
It ain't gonna be a
K,
fact because ain't nobody gonna be able to hold
They say
Devontae.
the defense to win every game.
Hold on,
Okay,
But
hold
no
on, hold on,
offense shows
okay.
hold
on the
Here's
on,
the
hold
squad.
on,
serious
Man.
question:
hold on,
Do
hold on,
you
hold on,
do
hold
you
on, hold
not
on, hold
think?
on.
Do you
I
not think?
understand it's early in the season, but is this not a fact that the Steelers have scored at least 2 touchdowns on defense these past 2 games?
So you're saying the Raiders not going to adjust?
No, that's
Y'all
not the question. That's not the question. The question
y'all
was, is these past 2 games has the Steelers defense scored at least 2 touchdowns on
no,
defense?
no,
They haven't.
no, you didn't. No, you didn't. The first game, y'all only scored on offense. It was 30-7. Stop with the imaginary points. This ain't fantasy. Miss me with that. You played the Jagged Browns, bro. You played fake Black Jesus on Monday night because he didn't get his.
So Amari Cooper not that nigga.
He wasn't enough because obviously they still turned the ball over.
And that's because of what?
Bro, the first play was an interception turn for a
And
touchdown.
that's not my defense scoring.
You think that's going to happen the first play of Sunday Night Football? Is that what you expect the first night? You were expecting your defense to score.
Yeah, my defense can score at 1 touchdown for sure.
League?
2
In an offensive
bro.
league. In an offensive league. It's 2023, bro.
Points add up whether it's on offense or defense, don't they?
The Raiders defense ain't good, is what I'm trying to tell you, Kate. You should be able to score points.
Hey,
You can't
like I
win the ball
said,
against the Raiders, bro. I don't know what to tell you, bro.
like I said, I'm going with the strong suit of my team, which is the defense, and they score and they stop. So last time I checked, if I score 6 on offense or 6 on defense, it's still gonna be 6 points, right?
Yo, what?
If y'all score a defensive touchdown Sunday, I will wear I will buy a Steelers jersey.
No, I'll go to my local Goodwill and get a Steelers jersey myself.
I promise you, bro. That's how confident I am.
King, I want to distinguish right now, King. You do not have that same bet with me. I'm not partaking in that. I need the world to see the video footage right now. I don't think them Steelers gonna win, but I also know that defense gonna score.
Okay, we're gonna see. We're gonna see. Can't believe we going to say, hey, well, my defense gonna score, not your offense, not the offense that you invested in 2023.
That defense gonna put 6 on the board. I'm willing to bet that.
Yeah, because they're gonna get an interception, and then the offense is gonna score, right?
Yeah,
that's how it's gonna work.
It's called a pick 6 for a reason.
Yeah. Okay. You can dream about that pick 6 too.
You just said the first game of the first play of the game. What happened?
Was an interception, but you also said in the first 2 games y'all scored defensively. No, y'all didn't. The first game,
okay, I stuck my mouth. I stuck my foot in my mouth with the first game because I forgot we played the 49ers. Okay, all right, that's cool. But still, the Browns do have a.
All I'm saying is y'all playing the Raiders, bro. Y'all offense should get right. That's all I'm saying. You didn't even mention the offense.
Because if it get right, it get right. If it don't, guess what I'm counting on? Defense.
It's nasty. I count on my defense to get me the ball back so I have more possessions. And then eventually score the opportunity.
That's even better.
It's fine.
Listen, let's not get it twisted. Let's not get it twisted. That Steelers defense can definitely do both. They definitely can do both. They can get stops and they can score. But they ain't gonna win them that game.
One sample of them score. One game sample of them score on defense. It's fine. Sneak. We got the Eagles and the Bucks. Who y'all got?
Go Tampa Bay.
No, if they get their act together, it's the Eagles. If they fall apart, give me the Bucks.
What's
the
crazy?
Go Tampa Bay.
I can see Tampa Bay winning this game, low key.
Yeah, man. Because they solid.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, damn, like they lose, but it's like a play here. You know how people be like a play here, a play there.
Look, I'm gonna say
It's
this.
literally a play here, a play there with them, and you can say, damn, they could have won that game.
Anything can happen in football, but I will say this: it's the Eagles we're talking about. They figure it out. That's the one thing they actually do. They do figure it out. They won Super Bowls figuring it out.
Super Bowl.
I just wonder what the adjustment going to be from this week offensively, because Bucks got a stout run defense.
Mm-hmm.
True.
All right, so go ahead.
Speaking of the Eagles, is they letting that Alabama Georgia young D line play yet?
He's been playing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's been playing. I don't know if he's like starting, but he definitely been getting some snaps in.
Because I know they rotate their D line like a hockey line.
Yeah.
Still. So I don't know if they mixing it up with straight vet, and then you know what I'm saying, second years and third years in the rooks, as far as you know what I'm saying, the coverages that they got going on when they switching their D line. So is it, you know what I'm saying? How are they gonna manage that? Because if you let these young boys get these snaps right now, they're gonna develop. That's nothing. But is it more so hype around who you got and where they were in college versus what they actually are in the pros? Like you can't say somebody is something if you don't give them an opportunity. But then it's like we need to know. We don't need to believe.
I feel you.
Yeah. You can feel that.
Yeah. From the snaps I've seen, I think he's the truth. I think eventually they're going to ease him into the starting lineup because they still have Fletcher Cox paying his due diligence with him. All right. The final matchup on the schedule, we have surprisingly the Rams are 1-1, and we had the Bengals being 0-2. I already said this today at work. If the Bengals end up being 0-3, I'm going to push a nasty agenda. The nastiest agenda on Twitter. Like Bengal fans are going to have to block me, bro.
No, I already know a few like Heather are gonna have to block me, and she's a nice woman, but man, don't get on my bad side if you want to talk about my team, okay?
But I got the Bengals. I got the Bengals winning.
Hell no. Let's go Rams.
Yeah, yeah, I got the Bengals.
Oh my god, bro!
All the AFC hate. All of it. Yeah, you can put the little Giants versus the Bengals. I'm going with the little Giants.
The who?
Little Giants. Hey, who you got, bro? Who you got, F-Way? Who you got? You got Rams or Bengals?
I'm gonna go with the Bengals. I'm gonna ride with the Bengals.
All right.
I'm gonna ride with the
So-
Bengals.
All right, so just letting y'all know this was recorded. So whatever we made our picks, if we get cooked for it, you get cooked for it. But that's all I got for y'all tonight, man. Great show. Appreciate everybody that came in and listened. Came in and follow us. Also, you can go follow me on my Instagram at DT Sensei, also Ins and Out with D podcast, and follow my boy K at That Music Man 757. You guys can also follow me on my Twitter at D Cleveland Jr. and at Darius Ricks on Twitter with the Ins and Out D podcast. And with that being said, y'all have a great night. Get ready for week 3. Also, man, stay safe during the storm coming through. Yeah, around this time, hurricane season get a little crazy, especially in the South. You know, my family, well, not my family, but people that I know that from Florida, southern part of the United States, stay safe in this storm. Gonna be praying for y'all and pray for myself because we're gonna get hit a little bit too. But that's all I got for y'all tonight, man. And with that being said, I am DT, and we're gonna be seeing you guys next time on the Inside D podcast.